All right, welcome one and all to the wonderful Off the Rails Sports Podcast. This is our Friday recap. Lots going on in the world of sports. Boy, oh boy, what a day, huh? Getting a little hydrated after the busy sports viewing, right? Take something out of you. Maybe that's why beer sales are so linked to sports viewership. I got to talk to Scott today and I got to talk to Brian yesterday. And I know I sound like I'm a pimp or something, but man, I dig those guys. I can't wait to get them on a sports podcast together. Just anything. I don't really even care what it is. Just to get them together. We have some scheduling issues currently, but maybe we can work something out. But what we need is for you to like and subscribe. I got to show these cats. This isn't some hokey little podcast that you literally have the most brilliant minds in the world of sports. Well, excluding me. It's those two, actually. Going through everything we got. Okay, so step up your game. Tell your family and friends. Subscribe, like the Off the Rails Sports Podcast, okay? Put a lot of time into this. All right. Let's go through the Friday rundown. The biggest thing in the world of sports really on Friday, which literally 3 years ago, would you even have imagined that we were going to say this line? The women's Final Four. UConn, UCLA, Scott and I both today predicted, or yesterday I guess now, predicted that UConn was going to win. I'm a UCLA homer, but I was really hoping for Paige Bruckner's and Sarah Strong to get together. They annihilated them. I think they actually just scored again, even though the game's been over for about an hour. Final score 85-51. It wasn't even a competitive game. They just put their foot on their throats from the opening tip and just kept going. South Carolina did the same to Texas. 74-57. We're going to see on Sunday what happens. We'll be probably talking a little more about it tomorrow night. All right. And we get to the men. This is Final Four day. It's probably the biggest day in college basketball. And we got Florida playing Auburn. I don't really know much about Johnny Broome. I'm sure he's going to run him out there. I'm not a big Bruce Pearl fan, but he is a very effective coach, no doubt about it. I think he's going to choke this out. And the truth of the matter is they know they don't have him next year, so they don't really care if he has a catastrophic injury. I don't care what they say. Oh, we care about the players. Bullshit, you do. All you care about is just trying to win a title here. If he ruins his career, so be it. That's how it goes, right? I hope that's not what happens because I'm a big Johnny Broome fan, and I actually thought he was the best player in college basketball this year. I think Cooper Flagg's going to get the title. I think that's more he's just coming from a blue blood program that gets a lot more exposure, especially on ESPN. But, it is what it is, right? Houston's going to play Duke. Houston was my pick before the tournament started. And I'll tell you why I picked them, because I thought they would have home court advantage if they got to the Final Four. They're there. To be honest with you, I didn't think Duke was going to be this good. Duke, Cooper Flagg got hurt in the ACC tournament. That North Carolina game, they looked a little vulnerable. They sure haven't looked vulnerable in this tournament. They literally have looked like, in the first 4 games, a wrecking machine. And for me, being a Houston fan, hoping for Houston, I'm like Jim Nantz Jr. I'm looking for a way. How does Houston score? I don't know. That's a big problem. I'll tell you right now, if Duke gets to 65 points, it's a win. Houston has to hold them 65 or under. That's my prediction right now. Let's go to the NHL. The big story. Ovechkin, Scott and I. And if you haven't seen that podcast, you really need to really look at them. I appreciate you looking at mine at night. It's really, really cool of you. But I'm telling you, the good podcaster, when Brian and I talk baseball or Scott and I talk pretty much all the rest of the sports. I got to get Brian back into all the other sports. He's a CrossFit champion. He's a family guy. Scott is too. They're busy guys, but man, I got to get Brian back into this tonight. Him and I used to talk about basketball and all kinds of stuff. I don't know when he gave up that part of the sports card. Oh, well. Ovechkin ties Gretzky at 894, and I'll be honest, I didn't think he was going to get there this year, but I'll tell you, this second half of the season, this dude is a man on fire. And like Scott and I are talking, I think it's very plausible before the season's over, he probably adds another 4 goals, maybe 3-4 goals. How, if he can play somehow 2 more years, 2.5 years, 3, he could put 100 on there. He could be at 1,000, which is just an astronomical number. I mean, honestly, I thought 894 was insurmountable. 1,000? Jesus. I thought the chance of that was me making money the same as me making money in crypto. 0. All right, let's go over to the PGA Tour. I really haven't got into it too much. The LIV PGA Tour split. I guess it came out that the PGA rejected a $1.5 billion cash infusion from them, mostly because LIV Golf still wanted to have an active circuit and also wanted to have team play. I've went back and forth. I was staunchly on the PGA side, and I think Jay Monahan is just a piece of crap. I think he's terrible. And I'm going to go out on the limb and say that I think he cut Rory McIlroy's legs from out underneath him. And Rory took the mantle. We're not gonna get in bed with the people who are involved with 9/11, who killed Adnan Khashoggi, who repressed women's rights. I mean, they had that guy like Colin Powell did for the Bush administration, right? They gave this guy a list of points, and he went out of there and he believed it, and they were lying to him. Because at the end of the day after that, it was like, oh, yeah, well, maybe we can reconcile. We'll just play a round of golf here in London, and we'll just find a way. We'll just find a way to get the Saudi sovereign fund back in the mix. And Rory, I don't blame him. I mean, it's amazing that American players didn't step up more. There was some, don't get me wrong, but a lot of American players couldn't run over there quick enough to grab the cash. Phil Mickelson, I'll never respect that guy again. He was my favorite golfer of literally all time. He was my Arnold Palmer, okay? Risk, reward, the guy was going for it. He was just a great guy. I loved him. F him. I got nothing for him. I was always on his side versus Tiger. Now, at the end of the day, I think Tiger was the guy who actually had a soul. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. I don't know what's going on. And honestly, Donald Trump is lobbying. He's weighing in heavily on the LIV side because he has a LIV golf tournament at his golf club in Doral, right? And I watched part of that tournament tonight. That is a crappy course. That really is. The rough is uneven. It's terrible. I know. Yeah, rough is supposed to be uneven, John. I'm telling you, it's clumpy. It's just terrible. I don't know. Do they water the course? And then I saw a green. Joaquin Neiman hit one over the green. And I looked at the green from the aerial view, and there's brown spots on it. I'm like, hey, can't we afford some Miracle Grow? Can we afford some water? I don't think they got a drought in Miami. Hello? Water the goddamn course. I mean, it looks like a public links course in San Bernardino, California. And let me tell you, I played plenty of them. You don't want to play them, okay? More brown than green, okay? Just saying. Just saying. All right. Let's talk about the PGA Tour. Their stop this week is the week before the Masters. A lot of players like to play it just to have a little competition. I'd say it's about 50-50. A lot of the tournament guys just want to go to Augusta and just get ready. McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, guys like that. Some of the big names who are playing this week, Patrick Cantlay is one of them. But for the most part, they're all in Augusta just getting ready. Brian Harmon's your leader after 2 rounds. He's 12 under. He's got a 4-stroke lead. I'm not a big Brian Harmon fan. I still remember him a couple years ago when he dominated the British Open, and he took forever and I mean forever, to hit a goddamn shot. And I had to watch it because he was the leader. And they got to get over the ball, kind of like Anthony Kim, a human ray delay. And I'm telling you, at some point, the PGA Tour, when you're not just jacking it around with the Saudi guys, why don't you get somebody for slow play? I mean, really, at some point, get up there, address the ball, and hit it within 30 goddamn seconds. I mean, like, what the F are you doing? It's like watching paint dry. Oh, my God. Some of these guys. Ugh. Keith Mitchell, one of my favorite golfers out there. He's in second, 8 under. The leaderboard, we got Cantley at 6 under. He's in 6th place. Just going through the quick leaderboard, we got Ricky Fowler. Well, he made the cut. 22nd. He's 4 under. I always liked Ricky. I will tell you a guy I'm looking at for the Masters right here, and I'm looking at him in 6th place, Daniel Berger. Daniel Berger has had a very, very underrated season. 70, 68. He's not going to win, but I'm talking about a guy for a top 10, maybe a top 20. Jordan Spieth, boy, that guy just had an up and down round. I'm telling you right now, do not bet just Jordan Spieth. I do not think the rest has healed properly, or maybe, like Trevor Emmelman said, he had the same injury. He goes, I was never the same. Now, granted, modern technology is a lot better now than it was when it did the operation for him. But I'm telling you right now, I just don't trust Jordan Spieth. This guy could have 3 great rounds. He's going to have a blow-up. He's going to have one of my rounds. And believe me, that's scary. You can ask Scott. Scott smokes me. When we go out there, it's like Marlboros. It's a smoke show. Okay, Scott smokes me left. He smokes me right. Then he just giggles. Okay? I'm Jordan Spieth in comparison to, Scott, who's like Scotty Scheffler. I'm going to have to bring that up. We got Justin Rose. I always like him at the Masters, too. That's a sneaky guy for the top 10. Just saying, hey, look, I'm just trying to make you money. Okay? That's all I'm trying to do. Oh, God dang, you people are tough. All 5 people who are listening. All right. Let's go to the MLB. Thank God the Dodgers finally lost. Thank God. Whew. They're only a half game up on the San Diego Padres, who are 7-1. But I will tell you, I watched that game. Even in the 8th and 9th inning, these guys just don't give up, man. They are just red hot. Shohei Ohtani, I think, got called out stealing second, first time in 36 attempts, something like that. The end of the game was a strikeout throwout. I mean, the Dodgers, even when this is the only time they've lost so far. They're 8-1, and I'm telling you, the Phillies pitched great, played great, and, man, they had everything they did. It's like holding on to the edge of the building, man, to get that win. And I tell you something. I wish I could go back 3 months and bet the Dodgers to break the Mariners record, because I'm telling you, they are going to get 120 wins. They are literally, I got to force myself to figure out a way that they lose 42 games. And I really don't know what that is. All right, going through the association of Major League Baseball, we got the Tigers beating the White Sox 7-4. Red Sox in their home opener beat the Cardinals 13-9. We're 4-4 with the Sox. And, Arenado, who we were talking about trying to get in a trade, he actually had a pretty good game. So did Bregman, but, we got the win. We make it exciting. God dang, we got 3 errors there. Oh, God, they literally are worse than cholesterol for you. I'm telling you right now, they're going to give you heart disease. Cubs beat the Padres 3-1. The Mets beat the Blue Jays 5-0. Athletics beat the Rockies, who literally are the worst team in baseball, 6-3. Yankees keep rolling 5-2, 1-0 on the road, 9-4 over the Pirates. And you look at the Pirates, and they got such potential, and they spent less than $19 million in free agency. And I'm not always going to equate spending money. I do more than Brian does with free agency. But what it does is it tells your team that you believe in them. that you want to get some reinforcements that, okay, it's not the guy in AAA. Christ's sakes. Diamondbacks beat the Nationals 6-4. Like I said, the Phillies beat the Dodgers 3-2. Braves finally got off the snide. Hallelujah. 10-0 over the Marlins. You only get one victory for that, even though you beat them by 10. Sorry, Cats. Royals beat the Orioles 8-2. Orioles 3-5 to start the year. Not good. Rangers keep rolling 5-2. That's my pick to go to the World Series. I believe it's Brian's. I'll have to confer with him on Monday. If you send me a comment to remind me, I will bring it up. The Brewers beat the Reds 3-2, and I'm going to say right now, the Reds actually look like they're pretty good. And you know, they're just having some bad luck, man. You lose 3-1-0 games, you lose a 3-2 game. Terry Francona's got them playing pretty well. But you know, that's how baseball is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. All right, so we got the big Final Four today. Hey, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell me in the comments who you like to win the Final Four. I think if you put the gun to my head, I'd probably have to say Florida. I want Florida. I really like Florida. I wish I had them versus Houston, but therein lies the rub, as the Bard says. Therein lies the rub. All right, if you can, hit the like and subscribe. I'm telling you one more time, okay? Come on. Don't hate. Don't hate, son of a gun, just because I got a little Alzheimer's here. All right. Have a good Saturday, and I'll see you soon.